Welcome back to the Explainer. So today we're diving headfirst into some ancient Hindu texts to see exactly how they historically viewed family stability. It's really easy to look at history through our modern lens, right? But to actually understand the past, we have to look directly at the source texts themselves. We're going to explore the Garuda Purana. It's a highly revered ancient text, and we'll look at its specific historical perspectives on the ideal qualities that, back then, were believed to create a truly prosperous, harmonious home. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the Garuda Purana, we really need to understand this foundational concept called Ardhangani. In Hinduism historically, the relationship between a husband and a wife wasn't just seen as some temporary social contract or an arrangement of convenience. Not at all. It was considered this deeply spiritual, religious union that was meant to elevate both people involved. The word Ardhangani literally translates to equal half. It basically positions the wife as a fundamental equal partner in the journey of life. Actually, even in the great epic, the Mahabharata, the revered elder Bhishma Pitama emphasized that a successful household strictly depends on a wife's respect and overall satisfaction.
Okay, let's dive into this specific shloka or verse from the Garuda Purana. This is verse 108/18. It reads, Sabharya ya gruhe daksha, sabharya ya priyamvada, sabharya ya patiprana, sabharya ya pativrata. It's a beautifully elegant verse, and it actually serves as our main roadmap for today's explainer. It succinctly outlines 4 distinct pillars or qualities of an ideal wife according to the social and religious beliefs of that specific ancient era. We're going to unpack each of these 4 pillars right now to understand exactly what they meant in their original historical context. Let's start with pillar number 1, marriage as a spiritual bond.
Moving on to number 2, daksha, which means skill in household management. Now, it is so easy to apply our modern stereotypes here and assume this just meant cooking and cleaning. But historically, what did it actually mean to be a highly capable manager of the home? Well, it involved comprehensive, highly complex family management. We're talking about the intricate allocation and proper use of limited resources, maintaining organizational discipline within the home, and, this is a big one, managing the welfare of every single extended family member. It also meant respectfully handling guests according to some pretty strict cultural norms, and being the primary educator of cultural values to the children. In a time way before modern conveniences, effectively running a household was quite literally akin to managing a complex, self-sustaining organization. It's a huge undertaking.
This brings us to pillar number 3, priyamvada, or the importance of sweet speech.
Ancient scriptures frequently considered a human's voice in speech to be their absolute most effective and powerful ornament. It was genuinely believed that the tone of communication dictated the entire atmosphere and peace of a home. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that this ancient concept was essentially about what we today would call high emotional intelligence and conflict resolution. Sweet speech didn't just mean whispering pleasantly all the time. It actually meant maintaining your patience even when you're actively experiencing anger. It meant communicating with profound respect during intense disagreements, treating all extended family members with genuine love, and handling those inevitable domestic disputes with the patience and wisdom needed to keep the family unit from fracturing.
Okay, number 4, patiprana, which translates to dedication and loyalty.
So in the historical context of these scriptures, absolute dedication was viewed as the ultimate foundation of marital trust. It required the partner to be a steadfast, unwavering support system during some incredibly difficult times. It meant genuinely sharing in the highest highs and the deepest sorrows, prioritizing the collective interests of the family unit way over individual desires, and showing continuous cooperation during life's inevitable hardships. Utter honesty to the marital relationship was basically the cultural glue that kept the structural integrity of the family totally intact against external forces.
And our final pillar, number 5, pativrata, or dharma and duties.
In the context of ancient religious beliefs, performing these specific duties wasn't just about, ticking off a list of daily chores. It was deeply, inextricably tied to the spiritual well-being and the actual fortune of the household. So the crucial point is, a woman who kept the family's welfare paramount, fiercely respected religious values, and lived a life of moderation was believed to literally attract good fortune and prosperity to the family. Her adherence to Dharma was seen as a kind of spiritual shield, protecting the home's positive and harmonious atmosphere. Let's zoom out a bit for section number 6, Ancient Beliefs versus Modern Times. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive shift in our cultural paradigms over time. On the left side, we see the ancient texts focus, highly specific, role-based duties designed to maintain harmony, responsibility, and religious boundaries within that specific era's social structure. But then, on the right side, we see the modern era's focus, a huge shift toward equal participation, mutual respect, and shared responsibilities across the board, expected from both partners equally. Understanding this historical framework really helps us deeply understand just how far our societal structures have evolved.
Which leads us to our final, somewhat provocative thought for today's explainer. How can this ancient wisdom, things like the truly timeless value of emotional intelligence, efficient resource management, and being a steadfast support system, be adapted or viewed through our modern lens of mutual respect and shared partnership? Can we extract the core essence of that harmony while completely updating its application for today? It's definitely something to chew on. I want to thank you so much for joining me today to visually explore this fascinating piece of cultural history. Keep analyzing, keep questioning how ancient texts evolve with society, and I will see you in the next explainer.